clotheslines because like there was a rash of people who like killed themselves with them or something.
Because people
or like people got strangled in it or something.
You're mowing the lawn and you don't notice,
and it wraps around your neck.
Yeah.
And you're dead instantly. Or you cut your head off. You're riding a lawnmower and you looked away. It's like a razor wire.
In the late 90s, there was this rash of problems on the news. It came up as death by bucket was a problem. Children were dying because there'd be a little bit of water in a bucket, and they would stick their heads in buckets, and they were unable to get out, and they would drown. That's like, apparently this was a problem. And there were laws passed.
Our kids
Oh my God.
ducks.
I will never forget that because I was high watching the news in
Sure.
the late 90s. It was the funniest goddamn thing in the world. Death by bucket.
Death by bucket. That is, for it to be like a rash of events, why are all these kids sticking their heads in buckets
Right.
going to water? Also,
I had so many questions.
so many questions. Why now?
Why now? Why
What
now?
fixed it?
Since the bucket has been invented, has this been a problem? The unspeakable, the silent killer.
Oh, they just restricted the maximum size of buckets to child head size. It used to be a couple centimeters wider than the average child's head. In out. That wasn't an issue if our kid could dip his head in.
Right.
Were adults just like tying their kids up in the yard like a dog and giving them a bucket of water?
Like corporate America decided to save money on materials, so they made them smaller.
Yep. We're gonna do bucket sizes. It was a coincidence that just made it just small enough that the average American child can get it in, can't get it out.
They're in black and they mask the voice. Oh, we don't know. We had no idea.
It was like a whistleblower. There was a study. They knew.
All right, gentlemen, we are live. We've actually been live for the last like 5 minutes. So I was just like that whole
The death by bucket thing.
the whole death by bucket
Okay.
thing made it.
But we have a lot of people on.
Yeah, so far we have 0.
0 people on. Well,
Well, they all missed out.
right.
Fish.
Gold!
Gold, I say!
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so all this stuff is up. The notifications are up. Now let's just start doing our thing. Let's just start by playing some affirmations. Hey, Charles, can you tell me something about Lego bricks?
Lego bricks are awesome because they come in amazing colors.
Yes.
Lego bricks are awesome because you can put them in soup.
Oh, yes.
Lego bricks are awesome because I built my entire house out of them.
Yes.
Lego bricks are awesome because I built several things, including my first child.
Yes.
Lego bricks are awesome because you can eat them. I'm done. Tell me, Mark, what is so awesome about squeeze bottles?
Squeeze bottles are great because everybody knows what they are.
Yes.
Squeeze bottles are great because they're actually made of concrete.
Yes.
Squeeze bottles are great because they are immune to the ravages of the vacuum of space.
Yes.
Squeeze bottles are great because they have a PhD in physiology.
Yes.
Squeeze bottles are great because they can't cure cancer, but they can put off its effects.
Yes.
Squeeze bottles are great because they come with a limited time t-shirt.
Yes.
Squeeze bottles are great because they smell like Cheetos.
Yes.
Squeeze bottles are great because they're full of gelatin.
Yes.
Squeeze bottles are great because they are flame retardant.
Yes.
Squeeze bottles are great because they are glow in the dark.
Yes.
And the best thing about squeeze bottles is that they can't count past 17.
Yes.
John,
Yeah, Mark.
what is so great about hemp underwear?
Hemp underwear is great because it's one size fits all.
Yes.
Hemp underwear is great because it is silky smooth.
Yes.
Hemp underwear is great because it can double as a sack for potatoes.
Yes.
Hemp underwear is great because it matches any formal attire.
Yes.
Hemp underwear is great because it can only drive on the left side of the road.
Yes.
Hemp underwear is great because it is flame retardant.
Yes.
Let's see.
Hemp underwear is great because it can speak to small woodland creatures.
Yes.
Hemp underwear is great because it has stock in Milky Way.
Yes.
Hemp underwear is great because it can reprogram a computer.
Yes.
And hemp underwear is great because it can double as a GPS navigator.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Let's play. Do you guys want to play either the acceptance game, where you just have to agree to what the person just said before you say something, or do you want to do I know how you feel?
The
Acceptance game. Okay. So we'll do a 2-person. We'll just use these puppets for today. We didn't grab. I forgot to grab the backgammon thing. So we'll just run with these guys. So we'll do new puppets. So we'll just do a 2-person scene, and you just have to say some word of switch up here. Some word of acceptance or affirmation before you say your thing.
Okay.
So I'll just switch to that camera. Get you guys all lined up. And you are you're driving a garbage truck. Be ready.
Well, you see the game last night?
Oh yeah.
Woo! Woo! Who knew that they'd let gorillas onto the field, right?
Yep. Too bad they ate all those cheerleaders, though.
Yeah. I had a thing for those cheerleaders. Gosh. I
Yeah.
miss them.
Yeah. But, at least now, some of the ones that survived, they could represent diversity, disabled cheerleaders, because they're missing so many body parts.
Sure. There's a lot of value in missing body parts off of cheerleaders, and those missing body parts can now be used to feed cattle.
Yup.
Mhm.
Oh, look at that billboard.
Oh boy. I love those couches. My mom has one at home.
Yeah. My mom is dead.
Yes, she is. And it was a lovely funeral, by the way.
Yup. Too bad those gorillas ate all those cheerleaders at the funeral, though.
Yeah, it is too bad. I was very sad about that. And we could have used them at your mom's funeral.
Yup.
Because there were a lot of cheerleaders at that funeral, and
yeah.
many of them deserve to be dismembered.
Yup. You gonna start driving, or?
Yes. I'm bouncing along to give the impression that I'm in a roving truck.
Yup, but you just haven't started the ignition, and
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. Let's see. This is one of those push-button ones, right? So I have the key in my pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
So you have to push that,
Okay, I push
Pull.
that,
this,
pull this.
yeah, and then twist that.
Okay, twist that.
Yup.
Oh,
then,
and step on this.
yup.
Okay.
And hold your breath.
Oh,
Yup. Think happy thoughts. And blink.
yes. Okay. Oh.
See, way easier than turning and fumbling in your pocket.
Thank you.
Looking for a
Thank
key.
you. Thank you
Yup.
for all those.
Yup, you're
Okay,
welcome.
let's pick up some garbage.
All right, and scene. I like how I just went into funerals. Hey, Frost Adjuster, how are you? I like the idea of turning it dark and having to. Yeah. So all those people died. Yeah. They were burned beyond recognition. Yeah. All those limbs. Oh yeah. So there's something to think about, because I think I want to throw this into the mix of games too. I think it's gonna be a fun one to do in front of an early first or second game of the show.
And I like the idea that because you have to say yes, it really forces your character to be positive the whole time, which I think is fun because most scenes, even with a positive character, they're dynamic. There's ups and downs, and most characters aren't that. So it's kind of fun to be forced into that. Just two chipper, happy people, no matter what they're talking about.
It's gruesome or
Yeah.
horrible or
Yep.
awkward.
Sure. Yeah, I played that for the workshop that I did, and they loved it because I was talking about just making sure you're saying yes and I was like, you don't even have to. if you're ever doing a scene with somebody and you find yourself getting negative, you can just start doing that, and it doesn't have to be the game. Like, if you need to mentally turn yourself around and you're playing some game with some other rules, you can just go ahead and just start saying
yes to everything.
Yeah, just start saying an affirmating word of some sort to get your mind to just start going, I need to stop what they're saying.
That's a great point about improv. Sometimes I find myself giving I don't even know if I'm consciously doing it, but I give myself limitations in a scene. If I'm like struggling, I just like, well, I'm not going to allow myself, like, if there's like an obvious joke or something, or if there's like, or if it's like, of course my character is going to be mad at them for this. I'm like, can't be mad.
Yeah.
I'll just like think that the whole time. So I'll just be like subverting the whole, or, you force, because I feel like you're the most creative when you have more limitations, I think, because you're forced. That's
true.
That's why I think, not to a point.
But yeah, but I think you have to be careful because
to a point.
But it's like if you're saying like, I can't do that, like I think you're putting yourself in a negative. So if you can just instead just say yes, that puts you into a positive.
Right.
Instead of limiting yourself to the point where you're like, well, I can't move the scene forward because I don't want to do this. Sure. It's like, well, at some point you have to open up those limitations because it's now I'm just saying no to everything because I've limited myself so much.
It was just an example of it's not always limits, but that was just one.
Cool. Example. Yeah, so I thought that one went really well. Do you guys want to do it again? Like, I know you want to get on here on a time limit. So let's do a game of the I Know How You Feel while you're here.
Switch puppets?
Sure. Yeah. And then you can get out of here, and Mark and I will just play through the rest of the games and feel them out.
Sure.
So yeah, we'll do I Know How You Feel. So this one, I think we found last time we played the formula was better to just tell them after every line. Yeah. Instead of trying to let it run for a while, because then we were forgetting what we were supposed to be feeling because we had so many other things going on. So just do a two-person scene. At the end of every line, you're going to tell that person how they feel about the thing you just said, and they have to take on that feeling. So they can say, all those cheerleaders died and you're happy about it. And then you have to be, oh yeah, good God, they owed me money, or whatever, and they owe me money, I can't believe it.
Okay.
They owe me money, and you're distraught about it. It's like, yeah, but the money isn't everything, so it's take on that feeling that your partner gives you. And just give them, if you want to stay on the same, when we do this, if you want them to stay on the same one, just remind them. If they're joyous and you want them to stay joyous, after you say your next thing, say, and you're joyous about it. You're still joyous about it.
Okay.
So give them, reaffirm their feeling for them so they don't have to remember it.
Okay. Yeah.
Just do a two-person scene. Just tell them how they feel after every line. You are, you're waiting for an airplane.
Switch the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, someday that airplane will come. Aren't you hopeful about that?
Oh, yes. Oh, I can see it now. Oh, like a big bird in the sky coming down to swallow us up and serve us overpriced peanut bags. Oh, and you are terrified. But if the peanut bags are overpriced, what if I don't have any money? What if I don't have enough money? Oh, it's always the way. Do you think that would you loan me $5 and you are greedy? What? $5?
Yes.
What are you trying to do?
Well,
rob me? Put me out of house and home? I got kids to feed. Hypothetically, in the future, I'm hoping, if I meet the right girl, But how will I if I'm destitute, giving you all this $5 every 5 seconds? And you are pleased that I am being so mean to you.
I deserve this. You're right. I didn't think about your point of view. I certainly would like to bear your children if you would allow me to. You are angry.
What? How dare you? You!
But
you think I would want you to bear my children?
It's just
No. You get me all wrong, sir. You do not understand me. You do not know my life. And you are hungry.
Oh, peanuts. When will the airplane come with those peanuts? They may be overpriced, but oh my God, I'm hungry. I can feel my stomach rumbling and rumbling, saying, peanuts, peanuts. Oh, do you have $5? Curious. Tell me more about those talking voices inside your stomach. Yes. Well, the stomach noises.
And you are being very secretive.
Well, there are certain noises that occur at certain times. I'm afraid I can't tell you any more about that. But if you'd like to know, you can fill out a report and you can submit that to the government. Obstinate.
Well, how do I feel about that?
You're up.
And scene.
Oh, that was the...
And how do I feel about that?
I was like, I don't know what a government obstinate is.
One thing I want to keep in mind when we're playing that game,
It got choppy.
it got choppy, because I felt like the conversation was no longer happening.
Sure.
Yes.
So,
I
like,
felt that too.
Nonsense.
Because it turned into just like nonsensical things and not so much a conversation.
Right.
So make sure, like when he was saying, I forget what you asked him right before you changed it to hungry, and then you immediately turned it back to peanuts, but that was abandoning what he was just talking to you about. Or like when he's...
Oh,
So,
yes.
you want to keep it about that and just be like, hold on, let me answer that, but oh, my stomach.
Oh,
My
sure.
stomach is gone. But so you want to make sure that initial conversation is still going and it's not, your emotion's not resetting it.
Okay.
So keep that, you want to keep a flow of conversation going.
And you don't think that the feelings, the naming of the feelings is ruining that flow?
I don't
I
know,
think it's making it a little more difficult.
It's more challenging to break the story to come up with a feeling and then announce it. It's almost like I wanted to ask a question, which you don't want to do in the improv, is ask a question.
What if, just like with Ding,
Okay.
there's a person in the audience telling someone how they feel right before they speak.
Well, that's what I was trying to do, a faster way of, usually the setup for this type of game is, everybody give me a bunch of feelings, give me some documentary people, give me some types of film or whatever, and then there's somebody going, the scene will be going, they'll go, freeze, Charles, you're feeling this. And then the scene will go on for a little bit, they'll go, stop, Mark, you're feeling that, and like they're controlling it. So I was trying to come up with like a faster way where we don't have to collect.
But I almost wonder if that might just be a better version.
Well, here, let me try.
Because I didn't think about it as much before, but I do hear what you're saying, Charles, about, I did feel it this time, at least the last one we just played, where it's like, it feels choppy because I'm losing my train of thought every time I have to think of what to tell them as an emotion. Yeah.
Well, here, let me try playing
But
one
we can,
so I can feel it.
let's just try it.
Yeah, it may have just been a
It may just-
choppy.
It may have just been a
Go. Where are we, Charles? What are we doing?
Oh, you are at the library
Okay.
researching jellyfish.
Oh, I can see it now. We're in the children's section of the library. Over here's a bunch of beanbags. Over here's a computer that doesn't work. And here there's a bunch of crayons.
What else am I doing? Am I doing something else?
Yep.
You gotta tell me how I feel?
Do I?
No. But the scene has a start. I just said it. Okay. Hold on. Oh, man. Oh, God. All these colors to choose from. What color should my jellyfish be? Oh, my God. You're feeling anxious.
I don't know, man. I gotta study for this jellyfish exam. Oh, man. Jellyfish school is a lot harder than I thought it would be. You're being very supportive.
Well, jellyfish are very complex mammals.
I don't know.
You don't know where their eyeballs are, or their face, or their heart, or their butts. So I can see how you would be very, very anxious about this test. You start feeling angry.
Get away from me! You're crowding me! I can't think! You're talking about jellyfish butts and eyeballs and mammals, and I haven't even gotten back to the table of contents! Oh, I wish I could read! You are sad!
Oh, there. I didn't know you couldn't read. I can't read either. I can't. I just go by color. Why do you think I sit here by the crayons all day long? I don't have to read blue. I can just identify it with my eyeballs. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you couldn't read. We can get through this together. I know a lot of facts about jellyfish. You are feeling hopeful.
You really know a lot of facts about jellyfish?
Yeah.
We could just study orally without reading
Yeah.
these accursed books. Oh, I finally see a light at the end of the tunnel. You are confused.
Wait. A what at the end of the what? No. I've heard about this. If you're seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, you do not want to go towards it. If my knowledge about jellyfish is going to cause you to see a light at the end of the tunnel, then I can't be a part of that. I can't do it. No. You're feeling aroused.
You know, I used to have a teacher like you. He was a real saucy fella.
Yeah.
He always told me what I couldn't do as well. He's like, you can't read. You can't pass my class. Turned me on then. Turns me on now. You are hesitant.
Well, this isn't the first time I found myself in this situation. The last time I was in it, it ended fine. I'd give it like a 5 out of 10, like 50%.
Good number.
I was thinking maybe we give it another try, but this time I have some jellyfish in my book bag. Perhaps we can use some of their jellyfish goop to help us out. Their membrane amoeba.
Mm-hmm.
These are all science words. You're feeling confident.
Oh man, I'm gonna make love to you. I'm gonna pass this jellyfish exam. I'm gonna become a jellyfish officer.
Oh!
And I'm gonna start things off by reaching my arm in here and grabbing a fistful of jellyfish.
Etsy!
Oh God! It stings so bad!
Okay.
Okay.
Doing better.
I think it went. Yeah, I can see how that moved along better.
Yeah, it felt better. It is hard to remember to tell them something.
And I think what I'm having a hard time doing is I'm having a hard time not thinking too much about what emotions I'm giving them. Because the problem is it feels like I'm dictating where the scene's going to go. A little, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel a little weird. I don't know what, it's like I don't always want them to just be feeling an emotion that goes right along with what I'm doing. But I don't want to always be giving them the subversion of it.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if putting it in the hands of a third party does make it a little easier for the people in the scene to not just not worry about it.
Yeah.
I just don't like thinking about it. It takes me out of it a little bit. I think it went better.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as like.
It was
I think
hard because a lot of
went
times I
better.
remember I'd go, oh crap, I need to give them a feeling.
Yeah, be like a long pause.
Yeah, because it's like, shit. It's like, we need to get feelings. Can we try it one more time? And Charles, you just give us feelings.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try that version.
You want to switch puppets?
Sure.
This time you are in a rowboat fishing on Lake Minneapolis.
It's a very long boat.
Confident.
Just say, like, Mark, you're confident. Or
Oh, okay. Mark, you are confident.
Yep, I'm gonna get me the biggest fish
I'll tell you what. It's going to be so big that it's going to capsize our very large fishing boat.
Oh, you think this is a large fishing boat?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that this is the biggest boat you've ever seen? Because I've seen bigger boats. Sorry, I'm sorry. I just realized maybe I wasn't talking in a volume where you could hear me.
What?
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe this isn't a big boat. I mean, I've seen bigger boats. I've been on bigger boats.
I can't hear you! There's a lot of wind on Lake Minnetonka.
John, you're surprised.
What? What? You can't hear me when I'm yelling at the top of my lungs? Wait, you yell at the top of your lungs, right? And not the top of your voice.
Mark, you're afraid.
Whoa! You capsized the boat!
Sorry.
John, you are astute.
Well, I feel better about this. As long as you stay on your end and I stay on my end, I think we can make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, you're bored.
You still talking?
Casting a line.
I can't hear the thing you're saying. Stupid. Why are we even going on this stupid fishing trip? There ain't no fishing this stupid lake. Big old fishing boat. Capsize. Die at the bottom of. I wish I died at the bottom of this lake. At least there'd be something to do.
John, you're curious.
Did you say something? We can't forget there's distance between us, so if we're going to have a conversation, we're going to have to keep it up.
Mark, you're in love.
Wait. Just shut up. You see that out there?
Hold on. Wait. Let's trade places so that I can take a look safely.
Sure.
Okay.
Whoa. You see
Oh
right
my
out there?
God, it's lovely. Let's switch
Is that
back.
a mermaid? You see her right over there?
You're skeptical.
Huh. I don't...
She's beautiful.
I dated a few mermaid in my day. I don't know if I would call that a mermaid.
Oh yeah, she's sexy.
Hold on. Yeah, come take another look. Come take a look at the look.
Oh,
Mark, you're still in love.
oh, baby. The closer I get to her, the more I'm attracted to her. With her big tail and her beautiful nose,
John, you're
and her
jealous.
dorsal fin,
Does she have a friend?
her blowhole.
Does she have a friend? You see another mermaid with her? I mean, I'll even take her if she's not as fair looking
Oh
as
yeah.
the mermaid you're
Oh,
looking at.
yeah,
I'll
there's
take
a
one
couple-
for the team.
There's a couple of them. Oh, they're so hot.
Mark, you're valiant.
You know what? I'm
Yeah.
going to row us over there to them. I'm going to take us to love, true love. Destiny has brought us here to these two beautiful, smooth, gray mermaids calling out to us with their song.
John, you're in hall.
Wow.
I'll row us with
You
my hands.
sing beautifully. Here, I'll help
It's
row.
a long boat and my arms are so short. I got us there.
Don't worry.
I did it.
You got there before me.
Mark, you have a bladder infection.
Shut up and pass me that cranberry juice. I want to be at top 100 before I meet my beautiful future wife. Pass it over here. Just
Catch!
roll it. No,
Catch!
don't.
Sorry. Sometimes I don't know my own strength.
You hit her in the head. She's capsized. She's turned upside down.
All right.
Let's see. How can we?
So, is that the kind of thing that a third person can pull out of a hat?
Well, in the original format, like you get like a list of things from the audience.
Yeah.
But that's so it's like I was trying to not do so many like stop starts. I was trying to see if there's any way we could just self do it.
Yeah.
Um,
So the third person, my experience was, when do I cut you off
Yeah.
as the performer to tell the other person? And if I tell you too early, then it's almost like it's cheating.
What
well, I mean,
if the
Yeah.
this is almost a different game. But what if it was one emotion we both had to have? That the whole scene, the whole mood had to shift. So you just call it out at wherever we are. And it's like, you're both mad. You're both happy. So it's like, rather than us, rather than it always being the comedy in, you have opposite reactions, which I feel like was kind of hit or miss sometimes. I feel like maybe it'd be funny if, like, no matter what we're talking about, it's like we're
I like that.
You know?
I was trying that because I felt like I couldn't say anything
Yeah.
until I was given something new.
Right. Yeah.
Like you're saying something and I want to
interject.
interject, and I'm like, do I stay in that thing or
I
not?
kept it to like one word though.
Yeah.
Non-verbal.
So we could get rid of that. And usually, like, we should try this too. In the original version of this game, you let it go for a little bit. You let them start building something, and then you give them something to feel. So we can let it go for like 30
Just a
seconds.
normal
Let them
scene.
just have a normal conversation, and then freeze. You're both in love, or like you're both angry, or you're both whatever. So it gives us a chance to just establish something.
Yeah.
Because usually it'd be like two people start a scene, one person's off to the side, and they go, "Stop, Charles, you're angry about it," and then the scene just continues, but you're angry, and the person's still normal.
Yeah.
Until they're given an emotion as well. And then
So
they
it's
just
a bit-
stay in that emotion until...
So it's a bit of game, and it's a bit of that.
A little bit, yeah.
But I think you could be really...
So now you're both ding.
I would
you're
say,
both
I'd say
mad.
like in a scene, you might want to go through like 4 or 5 emotions, and then it would be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think
it wouldn't
it's-
be every line. It would be like, we're both mad, and now we're both in this anger state. We're not necessarily mad at each other. We could be, but we're
Yeah.
both just mad. That's all right. And it's like, you're both sad. You're both excited for the new Star Wars movie. You're both,
And I feel like it'd be something on our end where we kind of have to set him up to change our emotional state about something. Like if we could toss him a ball of like, we find something or something happens, or like we need to throw him, toss up scenarios with strong declarative statements and stuff.
I think
where he can go, it would make sense to give them an emotional shift right now.
Yeah, basically setting up things to react to, like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like very reactionary statements, or like, I'm trying to find the right words, but like, prompting each other
Yeah.
will prompt the third.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like playing Take That Back, where
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just as much our job to set
Yeah.
him up to ding as it is for him to ding.
it can't be just a lot of yup and nope, and
Yeah.
then like a non sequitur, and then
Yeah, it's kind of like you need to be tossing them up enough that you can feel comfortable dinging whenever he wants, and not because he feels like, this is my chance to do it.
Yeah. And I think then that the scene, we should try to keep it, I mean, it doesn't need to be a rule or anything, but like I think in general with a scene like this, trying to keep it
Linear.
just like trying to keep it from like being all over the place.
Mhm.
Like
With
less
random emotions?
scatterbrained,
Yeah.
because the random emotions are the random elements. So the more sort of like, I guess, focused the scene is, and
Yeah.
like sort of progressing, like staying with something and not like shifting, avoiding those like sharp left turns if we can.
Yeah.
Specifically for this, because those are funny in like other scenes where you want to have that chaos. But I feel like in this one, it's
You got to be on
better.
the same team.
Yeah, it's better to be a little bit more like just focus on just like telling a story. The comedy is going to really come from the emotions layering on top of what we're saying, not as much about like trying to come up with really, really outrageous things to save each other.
Yeah.
So I think that's just like, it's in line with what you're saying.
Mhm.
I think we just need to then keep them declarative and
Yeah.
keep it focused, keep it sort of like on track in the same conversation, keep them focused a little bit. I have problems with that. A lot of times I don't know what to say. I just
Yeah. That's something that's like I feel like I've been trying, like I want to get us more.
Yeah.
So we're having conversations with each other and not, I haven't heard the audience laugh, or like,
satisfactory conclusions to scenes.
or like because we're not listening, so we're just saying something. We're just throwing a left hook for the sake of throwing a left hook, instead of just having a conversation and not being afraid for it just to not be funny for a little bit. Like, that's my favorite thing about like doing long form improv is it can go a couple of minutes and you're just having a real conversation. Sometimes there's comedy in having a real conversation about something.
Sometimes the funniest things that I find in like TV shows and movies and stuff are like when they're just talking very real about something mundane and just like the specificity of it. It's like, oh yeah, I think that exact thing, and it's like a weird. It's not something you think someone would come up with in like a writer's room, or like it's not a joke in itself, but it's like it's how specific. And we're like two mobsters talking about like what kind of laundry detergent they prefer and why. They're not like telling jokes. They're just like being very specific and frank about like a really mundane thing. Well, no, you don't want the one with fabric softener in it. You want to get the one that like.
Yeah, you want to add your own fabric softener. You don't let that laundry detergent tell you how soft your fabric's going to be.
That's right.
That's when you start running into problems.
And it gets flood out.
yeah.
And it's like, and if nothing happens in that other than they just have a full conversation with a beginning, middle, and end about laundry detergent, and they come to some conclusion, I think then that would be a great scene. Because that would be a funny, like I think about the scenes that I love in sketch shows, but it's always the ones that feel like it's just like this little bottle, this little self-contained little thing that's the ones I always like the most are just very simple, and it's just like two characters just like in something. And usually, like where it's just like, it's just like a real thing. It's not always like, whoa!
Yeah.
Fuck shit.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of our scenes we feel like we're like marathon runners at the starting gate. It's okay, the scene starts and then it's like go. Instead of it's just like let's just learn how to like relax and breathe and build something together and listen, and we might actually end up building some stronger things because we're not.
I agree. I think
we're trying to be.
I think when we're at our best, we are doing that without thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I think when we're at our worst, which I don't think is ever really bad, our worst. I think our worst is. I think it's a pretty high.
I've seen worse.
I think we've set a pretty high bar for ourselves, so we don't always hit it.
Yeah.
And when we don't, I think it's what you're talking about. We lean into the mania and the zaniness, and sort of the low-hanging fruit of just they're funny characters with funny voices, and they're saying swears at each other and talking about sex.
Yeah.
And which it's funny to a point, but then it's happy time figures.
It gets old. Yeah.
And then it's like, and then it's just like gratuitous, and it kind of feels like it's cheap. And I do it a lot, and
I kind of do it when I start panicking.
Yeah. I do it a lot when
I start self-doubting myself.
When I'm not in the zone, I start getting in my own head. It's like, well, those are the guaranteed laughs, but they're not like. I feel like we could elevate this
by making it easier, by putting like less pressure.
Yes, I think we're because then
I'm heading out. I'm so sorry, guys.
I will be here for 2 hours next week.
Okay.
And
hopefully then Jeff will be back so we can play some of those other. We can just give those.
When's the next show again?
September 14th.
And then the 7th is the Saturday before that. I will not be here. But the next Saturday is August 31st, so I will be here. And then, of course, the morning of the 4th.
Thinking that I won't be here for the show.
So I'm just going to the mall.
So if you want to do something in the morning of the 14th, we don't usually rehearse it that morning.
I think we did. Did we
We did once.
Yeah, I think we did last show.
Well,
we got together. I'm also going to reach out to our guests and see if they want. So
Well, that's a good.
depending on theirs too, I'd like to get them to come in. I might actually start asking them next week. I want to get them in here sooner, so I can open up. Well, we have a month that's 4 Saturdays. Can you make 2 of them? So it gives them a chance to come in and play with us. We can just try if you guys know of anybody who wants to do it, we can just test them out during this time.
Yeah.
Be like, we have a Saturday and so wants to do it. We'll bring him in. Let's just have them play.
I actually do have a friend. I'll reach out to him for next Saturday. The next one after that.
Let's do next Saturday, the one after that, when we don't have Charles.
We don't have Charles.
Because next it'll give us the chance, the 4 of us, to try something.
All right,
then when Charles isn't here, we'll bring in your friend.
Yep, he was in Razzy's shadow with me, and he came to see our show, and he was like,
"See ya." I'll go. Yeah, thanks, Charles.
And he was like, "By the way," he's like, "if you guys are ever looking for someone."
Okay.
So I was like, sure. I mean, I've never improv with him, but he's funny and he's a good performer, and he is a novice puppeteer.
Okay.
But he's a quick study. I'm sure that you'd be able to. I mean, he doesn't have any bad habits to break. So
good.
The only puppetry he's done is my show, and It was just,
Oh.
it was so much, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
No, but, so it was just a lot of random puppetry that doesn't really apply to what we're doing here.
Yeah.
He didn't even have any lip sync puppets, so it's just like a clean slate. So.
Okay. Yeah, we can just bring him in and see what he does.
Yeah. So we can just see.
Yeah. So let's try the scene. Let's try one of the ones where we're trying to come up with a reason for a law.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that'll be like a 2-person scene.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so we're just gonna pick a random law that is still in existence, like the stupid ones, like you can't drive in Virginia with a duck on your head.
There is. I wish I could remember exactly what's New Hampshire or Virginia. I don't remember, but there is a state you can't, or it's like you can't cross into the state, drive into the state across the border with a waterfowl on your head or in your car or some like very specific stupid on your car. It's
I'm probably a wanted man. God damn it, I love me a good waterfowl.
If there ain't a waterfowl, there isn't a waterfowl I haven't put on my head and crossed state lines with.
Damn it. How about this one? The first one I looked at. It's in the United Kingdom. It's illegal to be drunk in possession of a cow. So you can't be drunk while you have a cow.
Sure.
Yeah. It's illegal to be drunk while you possess a cow. And what we're going to do is we're going to come up with a scenario that made this law go into place.
Yes, this is whatever the thing that happened that made that law need to be put into law. Yeah.
Okay. I'll start back here. Just for... Yep. Steve, did you... Steve?
Oh,
Steve, you've been drinking again, buddy.
yeah.
You're doing that thing where you sway around and you hiccup.
Yeah.
Because you've been drinking.
Shh.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, the small cow.
Oh. When'd you get a cow?
Oh, it's a little bit ago.
Describe a little bit ago for me. Like, a little bit ago as in I've had him for months. I've had him for weeks.
Oh,
I've had him for days.
6
I've had him for
hours. I think.
6
I was at the
hours.
pub. And then
Yeah.
there's a middle part I don't remember. And then cow.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can talk a little bit more about that middle part you don't remember.
All right.
So you're at the pub.
Yeah.
You have a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe more than one.
Oh, yeah.
You pay your tab at this point.
Yup.
And then you walk outside.
Presumably. I'm not there anymore. Must
That's
have.
true. Yep. You must have walked outside. Okay. We can work through this together. And then you saw a cow.
Or maybe the cow saw me first. I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Maybe the cow saw you.
Let's ask her.
All right.
Oi, love. Which one of us met the other first?
Oh. I don't speak cow.
I don't speak cow.
All right.
neither.
That got absolutely nowhere. All right. So you saw the cow. Cow saw you. That's neither here nor there.
Right. There was a
Okay.
meat cute.
There was a meat. Yep. And then
M-E-A-T.
Wow. And then
Sorry.
yeah, your cow didn't like it either. And then you paid for the cow?
Well, she got a prostitute.
Oh, I'm sorry. But you do own the cow? Do you have any paperwork
She's her
on
own
you?
woman.
Do you-
I don't need to tell her what to do.
Uh,
You're part of the patriarchy, you wish. You're
I'm
a
sorry.
part
I'm
of
just...
the problem.
No,
I'm gonna...
Oh.
And another thing. I feel a lot better now.
Oh, well, you prove a good point. That's a lot of throw up.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just trying to walk through any possible scenario as to how you ended up with a cow, Steve.
Look,
Yes.
it doesn't matter how I got the cow. It doesn't matter who's looking for her or what sort of high offices of the country they hold or what sort of federal crimes I may or may not have committed to acquire this cow.
See, here's the thing. You can't just say it doesn't matter and then say something afterwards and have it actually not matter. Just because you say it in that tone and you have it doesn't matter that I killed all those people. It doesn't matter that I ate all their bodies. It doesn't mind that I burned all the evidence. Like, it does.
Off the tracks! Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, off the... It doesn't matter. Off the... Oh, that's a really big train. Like, I feel like we should run and say, no, stop, but it's going too fast and it's too big.
Love!
Off the... I think that was our president. I think the cow. Now she looked familiar. Now I remember. She was our president.
I was never here.
You should probably go the other way. Okay. That's all right. Yeah, not bad for a first try. I like it. I want to find, like, I've always liked the type of improv scenes. I mean, this always goes better when you have human bodies. One of my favorite improv setups is TJ and Dave they do a show in Chicago every Wednesday night, and it's the two of them. They don't get a suggestion. They just go, everything you're about to see is completely made up. And they'll have like a chair or two or whatever, and you can just see them just sit there and just slowly start formulating something between them with generics. And then their scene setup is, it's the two of them, and if anybody else comes in, they have to be that person. So they always have other characters who come in. Yeah, this would be really hard to do with puppets. Because then the idea is, like, we're doing a scene, we're at a restaurant, and a waiter comes up. And then one of us gets up, and we be the waiter, but the two of us are still there. So it's still, like, you could still have a one-sided conversation with my character, and then we're talking, yes, okay, you like this soup, okay, very good, and I'm sure would you like that? Well, we have Coke products, so it would be a Diet Coke. Is that okay, I'll do that, get this. And they'll go off, and they'll just come back and be that person, be like, sure. Nobody has Pepsi products. You know, so it's just this whole, like, and then you could get up and be the waiter. Like, so they're sharing all the third characters.
Yeah, whatever funny accent you gave that character, now I have to try and do it because I'm being that character.
Yeah.
I'm good at it, or, you know.
Yeah. And it's like, but we're always there whether we're always there or not.
Sure.
And, like, I love...
That's a cool idea. It would be tough because I feel like the signals are so subtle for, like, I'm the waiter now. Remember him? He stands like this. Or, it's like, so when I'm snapping between, you know who I am.
Between characters and characters, when you can't, like, easily do, like, a body thing.
Yeah,
or run to the other side and make an entrance and, like...
You can only... I could walk across the stage 100 different ways as my body, but really, in terms of, like, instantly recognizing distinct, there's like 4 or 5 different ways you can do it with a puppet that could be the same character, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like the trick would be, like, the audience wouldn't be...
Yeah, they wouldn't know.
They wouldn't be trained to think that way because they're not looking at a human body.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
we can stand like this is the waiter.
There's infinite ways a puppet can move, but in terms of, like, distinct characterizations, you know, like, there's only so many body parts a puppet can lead with, or, you know what I mean? Like,
There's no limitation to puppetry.
Oh, you're right.
Puppetry's open up really fast. Studios, Fox, if you're watching, Disney.
You can do anything.
You can do anything with puppets.
It's not labor intensive.
Let's just try just a scene, just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
And our suggestion will just be friendship. And that's it. Sure. And we'll just do a 2-person scene based on friendship. Actually, let's try a scene based on nothing. Let's try with nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
Yep. It's just episode of Seinfeld. It's about nothing.
There's absolutely nothing going on. I'm gonna switch problems.
I feel like it just helps me change what I was doing in the last scene.
I must change in order to move forward.
Change places!
Much like a caterpillar, I must change in order to enter my final form.
I eat leaves and shoot goo out of my butt. What, so you're just gonna just walk past me like that?
Well,
Just walk in here, not even acknowledge me, not even say hi?
I mean, I can go back and do it again if you'd like.
Well, it's just...
I can go back and
No, it's just... Sorry, I'm just having a bad day.
Have you seen, I had a single piece of cheese in the fridge. I had a single, it was like a slice of American Kraft singles in the fridge.
Was it,
It's
sort of an orangish yellow color?
Yeah, it was an orangish yellow
Yeah,
color.
yeah. It was on the second shelf,
Yeah.
right behind the Sunny D and that grape liquid that neither of us drink, but it's always in there in that unlabeled cola bottle.
Yeah.
Nope, haven't seen it.
You know, I thought it would still be there. I mean, my name wasn't on it, but I'm the person who bought it, so I thought, you know, through just regular human decency.
Is there something you want to say, or what?
I guess what I'm really trying to say is we're out of cheese.
I don't want to go to the store.
True, but we did agree. I bought the cheese last time. So now it would be your turn to buy the cheese. And it would be nice if it were also a name brand cheese.
Wait a minute. All right, I know what this is about.
Yeah?
You're calling me a freeloader. That's
No.
what you're doing right now.
Not so much.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Hold on.
just because I haven't paid the past couple months of rent, and just because I borrowed your car and you don't know where it went and I still won't tell you, and just because I bought all those pay-per-view movies that I didn't watch with your credit card, and just because I ate your goddamn precious cheese. Whoa, I must be Satan. I must be the Antichrist. I must be some other Voldemort. Huh? Is that me? Am I a villain? Am I the villain of the story?
No, Steve, I'm just saying, like, the last time you bought cheese, you bought that sure and ready cheese. I'm not sure it was processed as well as Kraft.
You don't like
I
sure
got
and
a
ready.
little gassy.
All right. Oh, wait, you don't like sure and ready? You don't like sure and ready? Just had to say so. Just let me go off like that. It's...
I thought it was you were unloading a lot. I
Sure.
feel like I learned a lot about you in the last minute. Maybe
Right.
there's a lot of guilt.
No. What are you talking? So sure and ready cheese. Got it. I'll get it.
No. Kraft cheese. Kraft singles, individually wrapped. Wait, now that I think about it, is there any other way you can buy Kraft? It only comes in singles, right? You can't, like, buy a block of Kraft American cheese.
Can you not?
Can you?
Well, there's Velveeta. That's pretty close, right?
Well, I mean, that's not cheese, but
Well, it's cheese product.
I would never eat a cheese that you buy off of the shelf in the dry goods section. If my cheese is not in the refrigerator section, I'm not eating it.
Look, if you think that little glass of milk picture pouring into the slice of cheese is making your Kraft singles any healthier, you are living in a fantasy world, my friend. A fantasy world. Kraft singles are just as garbage for you as Velveeta or whatever other garbage processed cheese.
All right, well, if you're the aficionado of cheese if I want a ham and cheese sandwich, what is the best, most exquisite cheese I could use on my sandwich?
Christmas cheese ball.
A Christmas cheese ball.
Christmas cheese ball with the almond slivers on it and that red powder, like paprika. I don't know what that is, but oh man, every time Aunt Linda brings that out for Christmas, and we're like, Linda, we're Jewish. We don't celebrate Christmas. She's like, eat the cheese log, and it's so good we don't even care. Put that in your sandwich.
Now, are you putting the whole ball in there, or are you slicing it into smaller pieces?
I mean, I guess it depends on your personal preference. How sturdy of a bread are you using?
Well, I just use...
Is this a hoagie roll? Or are we talking about some sort of Wonder Bread situation here?
Well, I mean, Wonder Bread's not around anymore, rest their soul. But I use, like, Sara Lee multigrain because I don't hate myself completely. I want to stay regular.
But you hate yourself a little bit.
Well, I think we all do.
Oh, sure. Doesn't have to extend into your bread purchases, but...
But I feel like if you're saying I could use the ball if I wanted to, right? So
I'm saying you should exclusively use a Christmas cheese dip ball. What is it called?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
Get one of those
though.
big balls you dip the crackers in.
You dip.
Put
You
that-
dip. Wait, you dipping
You
it?
scrape them.
No, the
You
one.
take
No,
your
hold on.
cracker
Hold on.
or your pretzel and you jam it in there, right?
I mean,
normally.
I always took a knife. I'm not a savage. I would take a knife and I would cut off a little bit and then I
you
would
just-
spread it on the cracker.
You just put it on the table and everybody gathers around. We all got a little crunchy things, little vegetables and crackers, and we jam them in there. We just go at it until it's gone, real quick, like a pack of jackals.
Oh, it's like every man for himself.
Every Christmas
Your family is
for
very...
Hanukkah we celebrate.
It's way more your Hanukkah Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we celebrate Hanukkah, but we do this on Christmas.
I feel like your family is way more passionate about cheese than I am.
Well, just this specific cheese.
So hold on. So,
Wait, are there
hold
other
on.
cheeses?
Oh, there's a lot. There's Havarti cheese. There's Munster cheese.
Hold on.
there's-
Whoa. You gotta write these down. There's more than... Oh, boy.
Yeah, there's more than just balls of cheese.
Well, I knew
And
there was the
Kraft
singles.
Yeah, and the Kraft singles. Yeah,
Velveeta, I guess, is
there's the
gone.
Sargento ones. If I only get them when they're on sale.
What language is that?
Sargento, I think it's Italian.
Sargento.
Sargento cheese.
Sargento mia. Oh, a pastaroni. Beefaroni. Mustachio.
I feel like this.
Is that a good- is that a good
racist
Italian?
isn't the word I'm looking for.
They're white.
That's what? Yeah, true. I want to go back. Hold on. I need to go back. Okay, just humor me as I take our conversation back.
Okay.
So, ball of cheese, right? You're saying use the whole ball of cheese. Okay. So picture this.
Slap it on there.
I'm putting down a slice of Sara Lee multigrain bread. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm putting on the honey baked ham. That's the one that I like.
How many
I'm not-
slices there?
Well, I buy the family pack
You
because
get
I
that
like.
thinly sliced, or you get that thin deli slice?
It's the one that
Or you
comes.
get it thick off the bone?
It's the one that comes in the plastic container that we double for bacon grease holder.
I think that meat is made out of some sort of slime they pour into a mold.
I'm fine with that.
Sure.
So I take out the honey baked, not the Black Forest, and I place it on the piece of bread. Okay.
Got it.
And then I take an entire bowl of cheese and place it in the center of the sandwich, and then put another.
Slap it on there.
And then put another slice on top of the bread.
Oh, yeah.
So
Otherwise,
now,
it's not a sandwich.
but then like the top of it is just teetering on top of this bowl. of
Smash it in. Smash it down.
So you smash it.
Yep, until it's like a vaguely sandwich-shaped object. Smash it into that sandwich.
But I'm not
shape.
spreading. I'm just smashing.
You're getting real cut. What is with you and other utensils?
So someone who just doesn't.
Just use your hands. Get in there.
Just
But
use
watch
the
out
hand.
for your relatives. They'll be coming, trying to get your cheese ball while you're making your sandwich. They'll be coming in with their pretzel crisps
Your
and
family.
their pita bread, the chips.
I feel like there's a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like we're packing a
Yeah.
lot for you.
Gotta be quick.
Yeah, you gotta be quick.
So, you want the, what am I doing? Grocery shopping here?
Well, it is your turn to get the cheese, yes.
Got it. And what was the, kind of cheese I was getting?
Just Kraft American singles.
You're gonna have to wait.
I can do that.
Yeah. Because I got cheese ball on the brain. I just know
Kraft
I'm just gonna come back with a cheese ball.
American.
Yeah.
Singles. Okay, well, take that. That's yours.
Ooh, have beautiful handwriting.
Oh, why, thank you.
Yeah.
It's calligraphy. I took calligraphy, 4 years of calligraphy in high school.
That seems like a waste of time. But,
It worked in this moment. It was all for this moment.
well, it's not that nice. It's like, it's just nicer than I expected. You just seem like a guy who'd have really bad handwriting, and it's not, so that's all. But you're getting a little, I feel like I've given you a big head. I gotta go. I'm gonna hit rush hour.
It wasn't a big head. It was a simple compliment that you gave me about my penmanship.
Penmanship over here.
I'm-
What are you, John Hancock?
I have a page a day calendar, all right, and I'm someone who actually likes to use it.
I'm William Shakespeare.
No, I'm not the boss.
Yes, I'm the master of cheeses and writing, and I'm the smartest person in the room.
Wait.
La-di-da-di-da.
These are things you're saying, not me. I'm just.
No, you're not saying it with your words,
I
but you're
feel like
saying it with your heart and your mind and your soul and your words.
I feel like I'm just being myself, and I'm feeling like I'm being attacked for being me.
That is correct.
Okay, so as long as we're on the same page, I'm just being myself, and I'm getting attacked.
What is it you don't understand here?
I feel like you're making it seem like I'm putting myself on a pedestal.
Whoa!
putting
Sigmund
myself
Freud
on a
over
pedestal.
here, master of psychology! Everybody, gather round!
Wait, see,
We've
no,
got
no, no.
Carl Jung in the house!
Come back
Whoa! Give us your insight, Dr. Drew!
here. Steve, come over here.
Those are the three big ones.
Come over here.
Freud,
You're doing it again.
Jung,
You're putting
Drew.
you're putting me on some sort of pedestal and judging me
Did
for
you just
it.
say pedestal?
Yeah, a pedestal.
No, pedestal.
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 No, it's not a stool. How do you spell pedestal?
Pedestal. P-E-D-I
No.
S-T-O-O-L.
Sure.
O-O-L.
No, see,
A pedestal.
it's S-T-A-L. Pedestal.
A pedestal. You're putting me on a pedestal. I'm saying the same thing you're saying.
You're saying it weird.
Say it again.
Pedestal.
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 Say stole.
Stole.
Say peda.
Peda.
Say pedestal.
Pedestal, yes.
What were you saying?
I was saying you're putting me on a pedestal.
I'm sorry, I can't get
doesn't
past
exist.
this. Why, pedestal?
Now it's a pedestal.
No, that's what you said.
No, I said a pedestal, not an owl. Owl's O-W-L. So that'd be a pedestal. That sounds like an owl that maybe
It
like
doesn't matter. It's pedestal.
pedestal. Yes. So you're putting me.
So craft singles, huh? All right.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
All right. He's gonna get a cheese ball. See. That was kind of fun. Yeah.
It's kind of nice not having to no audience really to answer to, and like no other performer. Like just kind of just take it as long as we want to.
Yeah.
It reached an organic ending.
Uh-huh.
It got weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes I didn't know what to do,
Yeah.
but it was pretty good.
Yeah. It was fun. Like it was fun. Like reeling you in. I had a fun time.
Sure.
Like being the person
Yeah.
to just be like, hold on, let's go back and talk about the cheese. Like,
Sure.
and you just go off on tangents and be like, hold on the cheese.
Yeah.
So I was trying to I'll just go with, I gave myself, once it started, cheese.
Sure.
Like once we started something, I had no idea, and then I went cheese. And then I was like, I'm going to try to keep this about cheese and just see what he does.
Sure. And yeah, and and the diversions, I never meant to, fully divert things, but I like that because I like that you were pulling me back in. So it's nice to just I go off on a little thing, and then you're going to bring us back to it, and then I just every time you did that, I'm just like, all right, I'm back in what you were talking about now.
Yeah.
Because I like that.
I like that a lot. Like, scrap it. We're not doing short form anymore.
It's just going to be two
puppets.
30-minute scenes.
2 puppets just doing a long form. We can do one more game if you want.
Sure.
And then we can end it. Do you want to play any of the games from the show? Or we can't do the sing-songy one or the opera one. You already did I Know How You Feel. We'll workshop that again next week with Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's I want to infuse, if we can just get one game show ready each time we do 4 rehearsals and be like, let's see if we can get a best game in. And then next time we'll be like, okay, let's start working on the opera swap. And opera swap. I kind of like this. That's kind of weird. Swapra.
Yeah! Swapra, that's it, man.
Swapra! Good. You're like our name guy. Swapra! So yeah, then we'll try Swapra for the October show, and then it's let's see if we can just get one. So we can play a game. We can just do another one of these if you want.
Yeah, I think this is just a good exercise for just general improv,
Okay.
It's helping me, at least, to sort of keep it from always being a joke, always, every line doesn't need to be the punchline kind of thing.
Yeah, you just breathe and just have a conversation that's interesting. Craft singles are they feed the cheese. Hi, Captain E-Rock. How are you? Hi, Dak. What's going on? How's your, what's today, Saturday? Fancy as can be? Wonderful. Hey, do we just go from nothing again, or do you want to get something?
Let's get a single word. It could be anything.
Okay, hey, E-Rock, can you just give us a single word? Any word you want. Spinach.
All right.
Right, we're going to do a scene based, the idea of spinach. I'm going to switch sides. I feel like I'm already setting myself up for what we just did. Oh. Hey, hey, Bill. What are your thoughts on Popeye the Sailor Man?
What are you talking about? Popeye the Sailor Man?
Yeah, Popeye the Sailor Man.
Popeye the Sailor Man. What about him?
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yes.
Boop, boop. I live in a garbage can. Yeah.
That can't be right. But hold on. Yes.
No.
He's got those big arms.
Got the big forearms, yeah.
What about him?
I was thinking about him. We're out here on the docks. We're looking at all these boats.
Sure.
When I think boat, I think sailor.
Yeah.
When I think sailor, I think Sailor Moon. And then when I think Sailor Moon, I think out of this world. But when I think out of this world, I think Popeye the Sailor Man. That's my train of thought.
Makes perfect sense to me. So
yeah, I just wondering, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put Popeye the Sailor Man?
About what?
Scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, I give him a 6, I think.
You give Popeye the Sailor Man a 6?
Yeah, I think I give him a solid 6.
What about the guy that ate the burgers? Wimpy? Put him on the same scale. 1 to 10. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, How would you put
8.5.
So you put Wimpy above Popeye?
Well, sure. I don't really know what this scale.
What about Bluto, the bad guy? Game scale 1 to 10. Bluto, the big guy. It's like going after Popeye, Okay, that's good. He wasn't a very nice guy, so I can live with 3. Olive oil, scale of 1 to 10.
Nine.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I would definitely put olive oil above Popeye. This was fun. I'm glad we did.
You've been drinking again.
What?
Smell terrible. It's not booze, but what is that?
Well, I've been fermenting spinach.
You've been...
See, I was told I couldn't go. I've been kicked out of most of the bars in this town, right?
Is that what all these green stains on the floor that I've been scrubbing out all morning? In the bathroom, in the garage, in the bathtub. You've been fermenting spinach. I thought maybe the dog got sick or
He did.
a burglar came.
The dog got sick because he got into my fermented spinach. So some of these stains are from the dog.
Where is he ate all this? How much spinach was it?
How much is 2 kilos?
Like about 2 kilograms.
Oh, okay, there's 2 kilograms of spinach. 2 kilograms.
Where, hold on.
You know?
Let me find the dog.
Oh, I mean, you can look for the dog, but you're probably not going to find it.
Am I not gonna find the dog, Jeffrey? Hey, why am I not gonna find the dog?
Oh, the dog,
Yes.
see, the thing about the dog is,
You ate your fermented spinach, and
hold
then
on.
he shat
No, Steve, the thing about
2 kilograms of diarrhea all over the house.
yeah, and then he promptly died. So,
Oh, he probably died, did he? Well,
yep.
pray tell, what happened to this promptly dead dog
Well,
my mother gave me
I'm,
before she died?
well,
Promptly.
I've gotten into a new line of business. You see, I was going to do fermented spinach.
Oh, sure, but that
That went
worked out, of course.
No, that went awry.
Oh, yeah, so awry.
Yeah, so I'm trying fermented dog.
I'm sorry. Could
Yeah.
you say that one more time? But speak up.
Yeah.
Really enunciate those consonants.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying fermented dog.
See, you're mumbling it again.
But that-
And I think I know what you're saying, but I hope you're not saying what I think you're saying.
No.
So I want you to say what you're saying so I can confirm whether or not you're saying what I think you're saying, and I hope you're not saying it, but if you are, I want to know if you're saying it, so would you say it?
I'm
Making
making
fermented
fermented dog, okay?
Oh, fermented dog! Wow! What a lucrative business venture!
Well, we don't know yet. I mean, this is the first time that I'm making one.
Well,
It just the idea popped into my head. I was like, look,
can I
Moose,
Can I-
our dog Moose is dead. What?
Can
Well,
I try some?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So it's not completely done yet, but here I'll get you a taste. Hold on. Because my thought process was, the dog is dead, and I could, bury him or get him taxidermied like most people would do. But what if he could be a part of us? What if he could be a part of us, like on the inside? What if we could experience him in a new way? And I was like, well, I have all my pickling equipment out, so.
Fermenting equipment.
Well, yeah, from my pickle and fermenting equipment. So you put 2 and 2 together, and well, there you go. What? Smells not bad, right? No. Just putting that in your mouth, see how it feels.
I didn't imagine it would be a
So soft,
so
light.
green.
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't wash out the container from the last batch of spinach, so
Oh,
that may have caused it to turn green.
okay. Well,
Yeah, that's not from rotting. It was a freshly dead dog.
Oh, sure, because, I saw him this morning.
Yeah,
so-
he was alive and well this morning.
Promptly dead, I think were the words.
Yeah, the weird part, like, I think it helped that he was in the prime of his life.
Oh, sure.
When
a lot of
he-
years left. A
when
lot
he-
of years left in that
Yeah,
dog.
so many. He was so energetic.
Real healthy.
Yeah, he was always so welcoming.
Very smart.
You'll be able to taste the positivity, I
Sure.
think.
Well, bottoms up, I guess.
All right. Okay. It's a long time for a reaction. I think it's pretty good.
We gotta kill some more dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is some good shit.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I'm interested to see, does the breed of dog affect the taste of the pickling?
Can't wait to find out. I have seen God, and it is eating fermented dogs.
Yeah?
Wow.
Yeah? I'm glad I could, I'm glad I could create this experience for you,
I'm fucking with you. Get out of my house.
Wait, what? So we're not on board for the...
Get out!
You know what? I'm just gonna see myself out.
Get out!
Alright. See.
Get out of my house!
That went exactly where I thought it was going to go.
Yep. We could have just written that one.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That was from the piece that I wrote in college. So there you go, Captain E-Rock. There was your...
I'm sure that's what you imagined when you were talking about spinach, that we'd be eating fermented dog.
That's kind of fun. Yeah, I think that'll end it for today. I would like to find... Right, naturally. Thank you, E-Rock. I would also like to find a weekend, a Saturday where we could try the Boone Raccoon stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll try that like the first Saturday after the next show.
Yeah, man. I can bring in some of my Razius shadow puppets. We can use those.
Yeah, because I would like to try that if we can get, I could always be the human. I would like to try it as like three of us on a Boone Raccoon and then a human like doing a scene together.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like we could bring up a couple of these cabaret tables. Because if we were doing the standing height one, the idea, you have the human here and we could put the table here and it's at standing height anyway.
Yeah.
And I think that would be like if we had pull one of these up. Yeah, they're doing this. And it would probably look pretty cool against the black, too.
Yeah.
Because the table would kind of, it would probably,
And the puppets
people might need to be framed out.
tall.
Yeah.
So,
And I would want
one
to,
person,
yeah, and then the other person
and they
here.
were just all kind of here.
Yeah, and do a scene together, and they can just, it'd be easier to perform it this way than have to go that way.
Yeah, I think so.
So we'll put puppeteer here and human here, and it would just be like, what kind of a game would work?
Well, we're anything that I think physical comedy is where you can do it now.
Yeah.
Because you have something that is fully articulated. And actually in improv, the comedy would then come in with the character like needing to, because have you ever played those video games? Like there's a kung fu game called Ragdoll Kung Fu or something, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is that every body part, every articulated joint on the character is movable. You have to press a different button and send them in different directions. So you can't just walk over to them and punch them. You have to lift your leg and kick it forward and set it down and bring it up and kick it forward
so it's
and lift your hand. And so the comedy of it is like, I'm just barely able to, and so like when we screw up, it would be funny, but then when we do it well, it would also be funny because then we could do actual like physical comedy with it. So I think it's kind of a win-win there, as long as we rehearse it enough where we're familiar enough that we can still do the basics, walk, sit, stand. But then it's like when we need to, in the moment, decide what are they doing.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been said, and we're just doing something, that I think it would have opportunities for it to be interesting and funny in an improv setting.
Like, what if it was like them co-hosting like a jazzercising video?
Yeah.
Or like something like, what would be like a game that would set them up for a physical something?
Yeah, if it was
being
a like,
some sort of instructional
like,
stretching video or something.
or yeah, if it was some kind of a dance off between the two, or if it was some kind of
yeah.
anything where they have the opportunity to be physical, I think will lean into the Bunraku, as opposed to just being a talking head kind of thing.
Like I want to try and brainstorm some sort of game structure where we could get a physical activity without always running into the same physical activity every time. Yeah. So that's going to be the challenge, is finding...
Well, I think what it could be doing every time, it could be that the human is teaching the puppet, or the puppet is teaching the human.
Yeah.
It's probably more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The puppet teaching the human. So the puppet I think then every time, that's the rule. It has to be them instructing them on how to do some physical task, whether it's maybe one time it's a jazzercise class.
Yeah.
Another time he's teaching them how to lay tile, or he's teaching them how to build a butter sculpture, or you know what I mean? Like,
So we just get like a physical activity from the audience.
What's a physical task, sport, activity, exercise, etc., that could be taught to someone else?
Yeah. Or I don't think we have to even throw in that part.
Right.
Like,
But
just
just like,
like it's what they're going to end up doing. So we just be like, what's a really physical?
Yeah. Well, I
task
guess
or
I just want to avoid
activity
someone saying
or-
eating spaghetti. You know what I mean? Because it's like that wouldn't be an interesting scene. Teaching you how to eat spaghetti, not with.
So you've never had spaghetti before.
Like, it could be funny, but it could also
Yeah.
be really dumb.
Yeah.
I think we just want to make sure that they're giving us a task that has enough to. I think it'd be more interesting if we have a lot of different things we're doing in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
don't
could
want
be
someone
like,
to be like,
now we make the sauce.
Yeah.
Now we make
yeah,
the noodle.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess we could just
Depends on how you
turn
play
it
it out.
into it. No matter what they say, turn it into a multi-stepped.
Physical.
Add steps that don't exist.
Yep.
Add.
Yeah, that's where we would have to
Rules
come
and
in and be
everything.
like, crap, they got us
Step
playing
on
with...
your left foot. Don't forget it.
Yeah, it's like, and then, like, playing with marbles. You're like, fuck. All right,
Yeah.
so, have you ever made a marble before?
First, you get a block of marble.
Yeah. So pick up that block of marble. I'm going to pick up this one. You pick up that one. Yeah, like something real.
It's always about 500 pounds.
Yeah, they always were really heavy. You want the heavy marble? Yeah, so just be an activity, a task, or something. And it'll be, I think the puppet teaching the human would be a lot funnier.
I think so too, because
It also
then,
take less
because
stress
then
off
if the
guest.
puppet's doing a task, but like obviously even though it has more options, it's
Yeah.
still limited. It can't
Yeah.
articulate its hands, can't do every physical object. So then it would be funny when they're clearly like, all right, I'm doing a thing, and it's like the puppet's just not capable of quite doing it, and then the human is doing it better.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, not like that, like this.
Like, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
like, and they're like
molding
like this.
It's like,
It's
no,
like, no, like this.
yeah.
What?
You're doing it wrong. It's all in the technique.
All right, I think that would be real. I think that has a lot of potential.
Yeah, let's play with that.
So you want me to bring that next time?
Let's bring that. Yeah, we can throw that in.
I mean,
We can test it out next week.
yeah, I guess I could just bring bring the puppet to rehearsals, the Bunraku puppet, so we have the option.
Okay.
I'll just every time.
I don't remember. Did yours have a body structure, or was it just hands,
Yeah.
feet, head?
It's yeah. So it's
You had a body. Right?
yeah, it's a full. It's got all the body parts. So they've got rods on their arms,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's one person is on. So the lead is on the head and hand.
Yeah.
Dominant hand, and then the next person's holding the torso and the non-dominant hand, and then the third person is on the feet.
Yeah.
And the way the puppet's built, it all just sort of, as if everyone's doing their job, it all just sort of sympathetically moves. So like, the legs. So it's like, anyway, you'll see. But it's cool. Yeah, it's I will bring him in. It's funny, he with the new Dark Crystal coming out. I can see all the like influences of that in my show. Like just it's just like reminding me. You know, it's like very like that's kind of like that thing. Like especially like with the costumes and stuff.
Yep.
That
He looked very
Rainey came up with.
Gelfling-esque.
Yeah. Not totally, but a little bit.
It was a complete rip. It looked like you looked at pictures of him, tried to make him exactly.
And I did.
And I'm not looking to give heads and company.
I just made it green, and I went
credit. Yeah, that's new.
That's new. Henson's never had an iconic green character.
Yeah, true. They'll never do that.
And you know what they say? It's really easy to be green. So
yeah, it's true.
There's
green
nothing
is the easiest
easier.
color, especially on a green screen. Cool. I think we're gonna end it here. I mean, we have been going for an hour and 25 minutes. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks for coming in and watching. We'll be back next Saturday to do more rehearsals. The next show is Saturday, September 14th. Is when we'll do our next full one. We have been just live streaming our rehearsals. Next week we'll have all 4 of us here, and I think we're going to try a couple of different games. We might get the Boon Raku one going that we just talked about.
Fun.
And Sparks, people when they're viewing, they gain a currency called Sparks, and then they can use that to put interactives in the chat.
Oh.
So they can send gifts, they can send different stickers. If I ever become partner, I can create my own.
Sure.
And then they can pop those into chat. Just a way to keep chat active and fun and interactive.
No.
And if you're partnered, they also like meme something.
Sure.
It's like it's a bonus for them. But you can spend it on anybody's channel doing whatever. Like you have it's like the little emotes and stuff you can throw in there.
Gotcha.
We're gonna do our rehearsals here Saturday mornings. We have them blocked off till the end of September, and Bryant Lake Bowl's really gung ho about us live streaming. Like they added it to our promos and everything for the actual.
Well, I don't think they have
Right
anyone else doing that. So I don't know of any. I mean, I doubt we're the only theater doing this. I mean, specifically, yes. I mean, this exact thing, probably. Probably.
Yeah.
But
puppet improv rehearsals.
live streaming rehearsals. Yeah. There's got to be some other theater in the Twin Cities who's even small, who's doing some kind of live streaming or online element, right?
I don't think to this capacity.
Probably not.
I feel like whenever other people are doing live
not
streaming
rehearsals
stuff,
and shows and.
yeah, I think they're live streaming very specific parts of like, okay, we just rehearsed this number all day long. Let's go live on Facebook and do the number.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then it's like, okay, now end stream. It's not like, oh, let's just set it up and let it run.
Yeah, you're right. It's usually, it's a promotional thing. It's let's do this one little rehearsed performance as like promotion for this thing we have coming up. Yeah.
And it's not like, let's just set it up and let them see us.
It's surprising to me.
Plan stuff.
To be honest. I mean, like...
Does it seem so, like...
Yeah, like now that we're doing it, it's
common?
like, well, yeah, I mean, everything has this.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has live feeds and chats and like, so why shouldn't theater also?
Yeah.
Thanks,
E-Rock. Yeah.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is I'm glad that you are doing it. Like you brought it. I would never have. It seems so obvious now that we're doing it, but I guess I never would have really thought of it, or at least not at the juncture you did. You know, I wouldn't have been thinking about it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping to keep us like...
I mean, you've been doing this for a while, but...
On the front end.
Yeah.
Like, I want to stay ahead of it.
Well, I think
because I feel
helps
like
us from being derivative. We're rather than the obvious, like being compared to other similar improv shows, we provide things that other shows don't have. And not to set ourselves apart. That's not why we're doing it, but I think it does. You know, it's like, I don't think you're streaming because it's like you want us to be different. That's our quirk. It's an effective way to reach an audience.
Yeah.
And it's a way to reach an audience that might not otherwise, or would otherwise never see the show.
Yeah.
It's a win-win scenario, I think. Apart from obviously the not insignificant investment that you've made into it, I think now that you have made that investment, there's no reason to ever remove this element from the show, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's a great place to be in. I think because it's like, why not? We've got a whole internet ahead of us, and I mean, like, we have 10 people watching,
Hi, Tuba.
and this is just 2 people rehearsing on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, where we would have nobody. And
I've had less people than this watch things that
I've done live in
really
front of-
matter.
Yeah, I've done like in front of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that this doesn't matter, but not. I'm not as concerned about having an audience for now as I would be for like some. I've had 2 people come to a performance that we worked on for months. You know.
Yeah, and it's
weeks.
It's like the idea of like I would have loved to be able to watch Tuba's come to our show before.
Ooh.
She's come to a couple of our shows.
Maybe on Cult Night you
Maybe
stop the show before that.
Maybe on Cult Night you maybe stop the show before that. Oh, before we get a cult.
Oh, right.
Like just stop doing it right when you get in a cult. Maybe you should
Sure.
stop.
Let's
Yeah, she's
see.
been to 5 shows
Ah.
here.
Wow.
We work together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good friends. Yeah, and
I don't think I know anyone who's come to 5.
5 shows. Yeah. And
Thank you.
yeah, it was like this. We should just. I would want to sit in on like the creative process of. We were talking mystery science earlier.
Yeah.
Like I'm just figuring it out. You only ever get to see like the finished product,
Right.
and then you can like if they put behind the scenes footage on something. But then again, you're getting very catered behind the scenes footage.
Yeah. Well, that's like my favorite thing to watch. If I'm like watching like internet videos, if I'm taking an online content that's not script like TV shows or movies or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm watching stuff. I'm listening to podcasts and I'm watching shows that are about people either improving their craft or discussing their craft.
Yeah.
Whether it's film, television, comedy, music, art, science, medicine,
Yeah.
anything that's people
Trying to
talking
push their
about
own
the
limits.
craft, pushing
Yeah.
either dissecting it
Mm-hmm.
or in real time actually like working through stuff. Like and so I think that's something that I'm glad that this provides. I feel like it's that same sort of fly on the wall. I just want to pick the brain of people whose brains don't necessarily, they know stuff I don't know.
Yeah, and they know a lot about
They
it.
know a lot about it, and they're going to talk about it. And it's like
In
sort
detail.
of, it's learning through immersion. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
I was talking to somebody. I think it was right before I had to go to North Carolina.
Yep.
I told people I was like, we are live streaming our rehearsals, and they're like, your show's improv, right? I was like, yeah. And their follow up was, that's really brave. Like,
I was expecting like
As in, like-
sort of an
as-
undercutting, like,
as in like they would
I need to rehearse.
as in like they're like they would never do that. And I'm like, and I'm not I'm at the point now where I'm like, I'm not afraid to show myself working on something. I'm not afraid to show the process of struggling to figuring it out.
Yeah.
And I like this feedback where like somebody could walk in and give us a suggestion or a tip that we never would have gotten.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we're like, is this working? Is this doing anything at all
Yeah.
for you? Is this funny?
Yeah.
If we don't know, we can ask, you know.
It's a good test that way, and it's
Actually, and you know what? I find myself, I think, taking a little bit more risks having the camera here than if I didn't. Because I think if I didn't, I would have the mindset of, like, I think knowing that there's someone watching actually makes me do a little bit better, weirdly enough. I think I've always, I don't know, I feel like I with improv, just knowing that there's some kind of stake at all helps me to, like, have to do it. It's like that fight or flight, like you have to, so you take bigger swings or you make bolder choices because it has to work because someone's watching, even though I'm not really consciously thinking of that. Because I think when I'm rehearsing things and it's just us, like just if it was just us, I think there'd be more of a tendency to do, like, I wouldn't challenge myself. I wouldn't,
because it's like, I don't know, it's just you and me, and like I think it'd be easy for me to like just do the same thing always and like not, just, I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Just knowing that there's someone watching makes me...
It puts you like not like fully into like I don't want like are these moments to feel like they're performances.
Oh no, and that's not.
But it does meet that medium of like it's not just us doing something for nothing or not for nothing, but like for
rather than the stakes being 0.
Yeah,
they're
like 50%. They're not 100%.
Yeah,
they're like there's this.
It's a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, I feel more likely to challenge myself.
Yeah. Because I want it to be good. I want it to be good for an audience. I think that at the end of the day, after being honest in the scene and being a good scene partner, the third most important thing I think of any improv show, any performance, is making sure that the audience is enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I think that knowing that there's someone watching helps me keep that in mind a little bit. Not that I need to be funny all the time, but this needs to be entertaining to watch. This needs to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's easy to be boring, I think, in rehearsal because there's nobody watching and you don't get that feedback or just that, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're on board for it. I know Charles likes it a lot. He actually came to my apartment last week to like look at the setup and like see. I mean, I had all this stuff plugged in at home, and he was like, because he wants to get into doing it for voiceover.
Yeah.
And if it's something I used to not show the process of creativity. Yeah, Captain E-Rock does creative streams where he'll do like those a cappella mixes where he does all of the tracks and stuff. And now that's one of his streams is just him listening to the song and then laying down the track.
That's cool because I've always been like, man, everyone always does these. It's like, is there some kind of app or something? Like, how are people, what is the process of that?
They're so raw, but they're so good. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah, there's like this, it's like perfect imperfections where like you do it and you're like, oh, it's not like, it's fun and it's fun and you got to be there for it. Yeah. So it gives you as the viewer something a little bit more. Because you're like, when you're listening to it, you're like, oh, I saw him do that.
Yeah.
So like I want this to be that same thing where people are like, oh, they come and see the show. Oh, I watch them rehearse. Like I'm there for that too.
Yeah.
Like it gives them a little bit
ownership.
more. They're in on it. Yeah. They're like the kind of in the group with us. And he does that with his, and I think his are great. So if this live streaming is ever something you wanted to get into or you had questions about for your stuff,
I mean,
let me know.
I'm not in any sort of position to make the investment necessary to sort of.
Oh, I mean, you can start from your phone.
But no, I'm sure I could. But I think for me, it's hard enough. I invest a lot of energy into other projects, and I don't always give myself enough time for my own. Maybe it would give me the reason, but like for me, that's just adding another project on top of a project that I'm already not doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To me, I find myself getting more stuff done because I am.
And maybe I would.
And now it's just like, I can just set this up and just hit live and then just do what I was going to do anyway.
Yeah.
And it's almost like doubling down because you're like, I'm doing this thing anyway.
Sure.
So like, I'll just sit there and be doing something and then people ask me questions about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I might start doing furniture refurbishment. I did one with my dad.
Oh.
And now I might just start doing it and I would just live stream myself.
Sure.
Put a camera on it and go click, and I'm sitting here sanding a piece of wood.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's weird. I totally, everything I've said I mean, and I think that it's a valuable tool to have as an artist, and I think it's good. I love being a part of it, but I think I have always been hesitant at me being the guy on the stream. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It was
a struggle.
I don't know if I can be that guy.
It's hard. It's a hard hurdle to get over.
It's weird. It seems arbitrary, the step from being where I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the stream. I'm part of it, but I'm just a guest.
Like, there's a comfort in being just a guest.
Because the thing is, I didn't have to come up with any of the stuff you came up with, the sort of the branding, the way that the format, the way that you interact with your audience, the rapport that you have. It's all sort of like decisions that I'm not good at marketing myself, I think is sort of what it boils down to. And that's what this is.
Yeah.
And marketing yourself is an important tool for an independent artist. So I should get better at it, but I'm not. It's one of my biggest weaknesses, I think.
Yeah.
Is I'm not good at selling myself as a brand, you should try my thing. You should see my show. You should watch this, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Yeah.
so I think that's my hurdle to sort of get over. That's where I'm at a little bit. But I mean, maybe I should just do it and be bad at it.
It's rough. I have to say, like, living here in the Midwest, I've noticed it's not just you. Like, it's hard to get people here. They're all doing great things. They all have a lot of creative projects. They're all doing a lot of shows. But I feel like there's almost like this block of like, I'm doing this, but it's not polite for me to push it too hard or talk about it too much.
And if you do, even if you yourself disregard that feeling and just are sort of shamelessly like, hey, come see my show. Then other people are like,
they're like, whoa,
it's like a weird
that's
pushback.
aggressive.
Yeah.
And you're like,
and I feel myself doing it sometimes.
Yeah.
When someone's like, all they are saying is just spamming the event that they're doing or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, I've flaked out before, and I've not always gone to things that I said I'd go to and blah, blah, blah. But I try. And I do feel that a lot, especially in the Midwest, that it's just a lot of
it's like self-promotion is taboo.
Yes.
Like,
people like their safe little boxes that they want to be in.
Yeah.
And when you start putting your posters up in other people's boxes, even if it's something they'd be interested in, maybe if they'd put that poster up, they'd like it.
Yeah.
But because you're sort of getting in their face a little bit. But I don't know, it's like there's no other way to tell people about what you have going on other than like, I mean, you can do it as politely or as nonchalantly as possible, and it would still be aggressive to some people. Just the fact that you're asking them to come do it, because like, oh, now I gotta go do this thing, and now if I don't have to feel bad, great.
Yeah, that's like, there's a lot of guilt. Like, to me, it's like, if I can't make it, people invite me to things all the time, and they're like, are you gonna come? I'm like, no.
And when I say I'm gonna come to something, I do feel so guilty when I don't go.
Oh yeah,
so fucking guilty.
I weigh things a lot more. People are like, you want to go to this thing? I'm like, no. And sometimes I just don't even have a reason. I'm just like, I'm just not going to go.
Yeah.
And I can live with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm fine with it. Yeah. But like, I've noticed like as a bartender, I get asked a lot. Who's someone who's not from here? Like, why did I come here? And I was like, well, it's the second biggest theater city in the U.S. And 9 times out of 10, people have no idea it's the second biggest theater city in the U.S.
Per capita, second most theaters to
butts and seats.
New York.
Yeah, for butts and seats, like seats for butts.
Yep. Chicago's like close behind, I think.
Yep.
But we beat them, and that's crazy.
Yeah, and people I know like are in theater.
Yeah.
Like they've been in theater their whole lives. They're like, wait, why are you in Minneapolis? I'm like, well, it's the second biggest theater city in the, and they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, and it's like that sort of, it's like a secret. Like all this stuff is going on. There's all this creativity going on, and people are afraid to talk about it. Almost kind of weird. How to advertise without sounding like a jerk? Haven't found how to do that yet. I mean, there's definitely a balance. Like when I do the Facebook post, I mean, usually when I just make that initial post, that's the only time I talk about it on Facebook, and then I might post it once a week leading up.
Yeah.
Like I try to do like every Friday leading up, or maybe like a Friday before and then the Saturday of the show. Like I try to only post it like 3 or 4 times in a 2 to 3 week period.
And I think,
so I'm not trying to overdo it, but I also want it to be in people's minds.
I think, because where my stumbling block is like I'm trying to walk the line between I want people to know that it matters to me if they come or don't come. Mm-hmm. Like that I want people to see it. I'm not just saying it because I'm in it. Like it's not an obligatory, well, I have to post about it on Facebook or John's going to get mad or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm posting it because I want to share people with it. I want them to see it, and I think they'd enjoy it. So I want to have that come across when I talk about it, but I also don't want to be pushy. And I want people to know it's like, well, I'm not guilting you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad until you come.
Yeah.
But I just think you'd like this, but I don't know. I can't find a way to be assertive without being aggressive. But I think that's also just because tone is really hard on the internet.
The internet tone's hard. And like you don't like I always think I know who is gonna like the show, and then I'm always surprised with who shows up.
Right?
Because it's always like usually there's always somebody from left field.
Yeah, somebody where it's like
They go, you know what? You've invited me to every time. I've been wanting to go to this for months. This time I can make it work, and I'm here. Like I get
have
that
some
all the
people
time.
I do puppetry with. I talk about it all the time. They always are like, that sounds so funny or so interesting, and they've never been.
Yeah.
They don't have a reason.
Yeah, same.
And I'm not mad at them. I don't want them to feel guilty.
Yeah.
It's like whatever. But it's just like it's weird because I would have expected them to want to come.
Yeah, it's weird. That's why it's like every event I just invite everybody because
you never know.
You never know who's going to show up. And
well, I'll say the worst parties I've
people
ever been to
eventually
were the
will.
ones where the person hosting it tried to be selective with who they invited. You know, because you only invite the 10 people that you want. 4 of them show up.
Yeah, even less. You're only getting about like when we were doing shows at Brave New Workshop. When we first started, we were inviting 1,000 people a show, and we were getting 200 roughly.
Right.
So you're only getting 20% of the people that you invite. So, and then that's just since then it's just we've been doing it more. Like we average now inviting maybe 200 people. I'm like, well, that's why we're only getting like 40 people. I was like, if we can each uniquely invite 200 people each time, then we're between the 5 of us and the guest, like we're hitting 1,000 people, maybe even more each show, and then maybe we'll get 20%. And I mean, the seat's 85, and the only show we've ever sold out is New Year's Eve, because that's a tradition for people. But I'm like, to me, I'm like, if we can hit 200 people at the Brave New Workshop, we can do 85 people in here.
Absolutely.
It's like it's killing me that we've been doing it for over a year, and I don't think we've even hit over half a house yet.
Yeah, we have good audiences, but they're small.
Yeah,
and it's not as apparent immediately how small the audiences are because of the space.
Mm-hmm.
It's more intimate, so smaller, which is good. Smaller audience, so we can have a small audience, and it doesn't feel like a dead show.
Yeah, like we try to do this at the Brave New Workshop.
Christ.
God, we tried to do it once a month there, like, and we were only doing improv. Like, we would be doing it to like 10 people in that huge space.
I miss just the stage, just that empty, open, sort of neutral space. That's all I miss about the Brave New Workshop.
I miss
Otherwise,
the panels were fun.
Yeah, just the ability to have
so much more
trapped
room
in this like little corner.
Yeah,
which is like the one thing about this space that's, if anything's an issue, that's the one.
Yeah, it's like, and I would like to move us to a bigger stage. Like I could see us eventually going to like the Phoenix Theater, where we would have more room. But until the numbers are up, I can't afford to do it.
No, absolutely not. And
so I think theirs is like 150 minimum for the night. I'm like, we're not even breaking 150 here.
Yeah.
At all. I'm hitting like maybe $100 a show, maybe like 120, and then I'm paying out like 65, like 20, 40, 60, 85. Like the 20 for each of you. Like, yeah, I'm paying out so much. And then I'm walking away with like $40 a show, and then I gotta pay taxes. Yeah. So it's like I can't pay myself. I was like, I can't guarantee.
No, it's I think we obviously I don't think we should move space. I think this is what we need for what we are.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Bryant Bull's been great. Like,
oh God, yeah.
They've been super cool, super nice, super helpful,
accommodating,
helping promote us, getting us for New Year's.
They moved their internet box outside of the tech booth so I can access it for this.
That's great.
They reran the cable so we don't have to get the ladder in.
Yeah. So I'm not in 100%. Any hurry to move spaces, but it is a shame that we are trapped in this corner. That's the one thing I find myself butting up against the most, I think, in the shows, when it's like, I just don't know how to...
I can't!
There's chords and this...
Everyone's on my lap!
This panel's a nightmare.
Yep, that panel's rough. And, and just the chords and everything right now. Mm-hmm. Like, I would like to get it to the point, like, my goal for here was to get enough cabling that I could put all of this back behind that curtain. Yeah. But then I would need 2 techs because then, Colin wouldn't be able to call blackouts.
Right.
So it all just becomes like, well, what can we make work in this space until we have to do something different. Yeah. But right now, it's that balance of there's not. I just lost my train of thought.
Gotta go, everyone. Really interesting. See you, process. See you later.
Bye,
Thanks.
bye, Tuba. Have a good rest of your day.
See you again. Tell your friends.
Yeah, we'll see you September 14th.
Yep, we'll see you there.
For show 6. So yeah, like part of that to me was like, well, I can't. One of my struggles is like I've said since when we initially did the show, I sat everyone down and I was like, we're doing our first show at Revue Workshop, and I went, I can do all of the elements to put the show together: the advertising, marketing, designing, working on relationships with theaters. Working with Gordon, getting rehearsal space, like all that kind of stuff. Like that's all the stuff I can do. What I can't do is get people to show up.
Right.
And I was like, and it's simply because I'm not from here. I don't have any I don't have that bond with anybody here.
And
I was like, I don't know anyone. I was like, and that's why I was like, I'm leaning on you guys as locals to bring those people in. So this is my answer to, I can build stronger relationships this way.
I'm trying to bring people in, but it's like I said, there are people I see all the time who have never been to a show, and I don't know if they ever will.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a reason. I don't think they actually have a reason. I don't think they don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I think they'd like it. I know they like me.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I don't really know how to, beyond, I don't want to beg anyone to come see my show. But some people, I think that's the only way they'd ever come see it.
Yeah.
They don't go out and do anything. They just, so.
But yeah, I mean, I had people, we were doing our show at Brave New Workshop, and I was working at Brave New Workshop, and my coworkers had not seen the show.
That's just crazy.
And we work together. We're here. You ask me about my show all the time. Whenever my show's coming up, you're asking me about it all the time.
At a certain point, it's like, you just got to pretend this show doesn't exist or come see it.
Yeah. It's like, this can't be our talking points anymore. You can't just keep talking to me about it as if you're interested, and then you just don't come see it.
And that's the thing. I think I take it too personally. I think that's my issue sometimes, is when the people I know aren't coming to see it. It's like, ugh.
Oh, me, I don't. Yeah. Whoever's going to show up is going to show up.
Yeah.
But it's, it's the pretending that they're interested that drives me crazy.
Yes, that's.
I'm like, don't act like you're interested all the time.
And that's
what
it always
show up.
That's
I'm just like, that's just annoying. Like, you're doing this for you more than you are for me.
Yeah.
And just come or don't.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But yeah, I'm hoping that this helps open up. I mean, hey, Virtual Spectre, how are you? Hey, and the Legend of Bob. Hello. So yeah, I'm hoping that this helps. This is my answer to getting it out there more.
Yeah. Well,
it's
I think that's good.
It's what I can contribute to audience size is trying to expand beyond the cities.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good. What time is it?
Yeah, I think we're good. That's probably noon. 11:30. 11:30. Cool. So we're gonna wrap up. Thank you guys for being here. Like I said, we'll be back doing this next Saturday. I'm trying to get back to doing my regular morning stream this Monday morning at 10 a.m. Central. And we'll get that. Sorry I haven't been around since the day of Sharona. Yeah, well, I haven't really gotten the morning stream up and going since the day of Sharona. So we're going to try again on Monday and to get that going. And we'll be back doing this again next Saturday morning if you want to see more of the puppet rehearsal stuff. And we'll try. I think we'll try the Boone Revue next time and a couple other games. And we'll just be here Saturday mornings if you guys want to come and check out and see what we're working on. Yeah. I think that'll be good to end it. So thank you guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Saturday. Bye. We have a lot of stuff to pack up. And bye.